It is cold today. A cold front's moving through. I think the low tonight's going to be 32. Right now it's like in the 50s. And the other day when I was using Lester's tractor, you have to put the attachments on with certain pins. And they look like this. Well, oh, Trixie, you're fine. So I walked over to Lester's because I noticed when I was getting the attachments off that one of the pins was kind of like chewed up. And I don't know if it was from when the attachment that I had on it, maybe it was just rubbing it, because they go in here and the attachments slide in right here, but this right here slides off and this pin holds this on. Well, when I took this pin off, it was kind of like chewed up a little bit. It was like, and then part of this was like bent. So I went ahead and ordered more of these pins just to replace the one that was kind of jacked up for Lester, because my dad always told me that if you're gonna borrow something from someone, or if you're gonna use someone's tools, or if you're gonna, anything really, if it's not yours and you take it, you need to bring it back in better condition than when you borrowed it. And make sure you bring it back. Oh man, if I did not bring back my dad's tools, or if I didn't put them back in the right spot, yeah. So, anyway, I wanted to make sure that his tractor was washed and cleaned and brought back better than when I borrowed it. So, hopefully the next time I need it, he'll let me borrow it again. So anyway, that's what I needed to do today, is just put that little pin back on his tractor. And then my next thing I'm doing today, Punk wants to play. Punk, I hear you. I'm trying to talk. Punky, you wanna come play? Wanna come play with Luna? I bet you and Luna would have some fun. Maybe we'll do a play date soon. We'll go play with Luna's. She's high energy too, just like you. Oh my gosh, you knocked that fence over. Okay, I gotta go. I got chores. Okay, so my next chore today is, we have like I don't know if we just have the best friends or what, but we have some friends that have a pool company, and I was asking him, hey, do you ever have to like put plastic down to cover concrete for your pool jobs? Like when you pour and stuff, or gunite or whatever they spray in there, do you have to ever like lay plastic? And they said, yeah. And I said, well, do pool companies, like, is it the same plastic as like big sheets? So he said he gets his from Home Depot most of the time, but he said he had an extra roll that I could just have, because, hi, I'm gonna say hi, look. Hi baby, hi Amy girl. Hi. It's so easy to be distracted. Yes it is. You wanna know my favorite part on a horse is right underneath their chin, this little part. It's so soft. Can I touch it? Yes. Oh my gosh. I'll have to tell y'all a story about my horseback riding incident. You know, growing up, me and my sister took lessons. We took horseback riding lessons. I was like trained in English riding and Western riding and bareback and all that kind of stuff. We did some work at a farm. We would go every summer to a ranch. Anyway, when I was 18, so I loved to ride. I loved it. When I was 18 years old, I got on the back of a retired racing horse, and I was just galloping through back pasture at my uncle's. Her name was Cinnamon, I'll never forget it. And her hoof, we were just kind of trotting along and her hoof fell in a hole and it spooked her. And she took off. And retired racehorse or not, she was no longer retired. She went so fast and she was headed for some trees. And I knew that I had to do an emergency dismount. So I swung my leg over to dismount, but my other leg got caught. So, hold on. So my other leg got caught when I was trying to dismount. And I got trapped underneath the horse. Underneath. And she kicked me in the head. And the next thing I knew, I had my family standing all over me, like all around me. I didn't know where I was. Didn't know who I was. I just remember seeing like hay, like rolls of hay, and being like so confused. And it took me a little bit to like get my wits about me. So I definitely had a concussion, a little bit of bleeding, but you know, it's really sad to say I've not been on a horse since. And I don't think that I'm scared. I guess I've just been avoiding it. I don't know. So maybe one day I'll get back on a horse. I absolutely love them. They're beautiful. I love to ride. But I haven't in a very long time. So maybe I'll ride again one day. So back to our friends with the pool company. He let me have a big roll of plastic. And I offered to pay him for it, and he just said that he wanted okra. So now the pressure's on. If I grow anything at all, it has to be okra. Or maybe I'll just have to get store-bought okra and tell him it was mine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll grow. But yeah, so that's what we're gonna do today. So many of you guys have recommended that I tarp it, that I put plastic down. I did buy 2 rolls of 600 by 100, no, I'm sorry, 6 foot by 100 foot black, that weed fabric that's, the water will go through it, but you can burn a hole in it. Saw Jason at Cog Hill, you guys have really recommended that I watch him a lot. So I did, and just, I know we don't have very long to go before our planting season starts, but I figure something is better than nothing to try to smother out this grass. We probably have about 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. So we've got hot weather coming up next week in the mid-80s, which is crazy to me because it's going to be 30 tomorrow. Next week's going to be in the 80s. So maybe with that heat and everything, it'll just kill it quickly. I don't know how far this is going to go. I don't know how much this is going to cover, but I'm going to do what I can with it. And if you do the math, like 7,500 square feet of plastic is kind of expensive. That's why I was kind of searching or asking around about where we could get plastic, and it's not cheap. So those 2 rolls that I got from Lowe's, one was they were both 6 by 100, that's 600 square feet. So that's $1,200 if I have 2, and they were $100 a piece. And I have 7,500 square feet. So that's a lot of money. That's like hundreds and hundreds of dollars of money in just plastic. So I'm blessed that we have this roll right here, and I'm gonna roll it out and see where it gets me. And then if I can maybe find some resale or look online or something for some deals, but that's what we're gonna do today. And yeah, so I'm gonna start that now. Good. Need to find another brick before the wind blows everything away. We need more plastic. But this is a good start. So I don't know what the measurements are on this, but we're probably gonna need 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 more of whatever this is. Yeah, because just 2 more down there is not going to be long enough. But the width is good. I think we would just need to do just 2 rows of this all the way down. So I'll have to get that then. I'll have to find that. That will be on my list to do today, because otherwise we're just gonna have a really nice looking dirt area. But yeah. And I don't want to roll out my black weed fabric just yet, because what we want to do is we have a hand tiller, like that's it would be way too much work to do this by hand, without having a tractor. But now that it's all tilled, we do have a push tiller that Buddy and I are going to make rows with now that everything's pretty fresh. Be a lot easier to use our hand tiller. We're gonna hand till rows, and then we're gonna lay the black fabric on top of the rows and like mound it a little bit. And then go back through and burn our holes for our seed starts. Oh my gosh. Can y'all guys see this tent? Look at that tent, it's just rolling. Hopefully there's no baby in it. I think that's Carly's tent that she plays in. Carly and Carter, all the little girls. It just went rolling from G's house. I guess I should go get that, so it doesn't end up in a pasture, knocking over an animal or something. Yeah, I'll go get that. Can you imagine Bree comes out of her house and she's like, wait a minute. Oh, look, there's Pops. But he doesn't even know the tent rolled. Hey! You lose something? He said it rolled away. What was that one thing, that balloon boy? Do y'all remember that? Parents put him in like a bubble or something. Oh my gosh, the wind is taking me. I might get carried away like a parachute. Okay. Oh Lord. Oh my Lord. Oh, I'm struggling. Okay, Papa said he's gonna tie it to the trampoline. Huh? I was out there in my field, I was like, oh my gosh, I just saw it rolling.
I keep it staked down, the little stakes won't hold it.
Yeah. I know. I said, I hope there's not a kid in there. You mad?
I'll be okay.
Yeah. All right. Good news. Well, Papa tied off the tent, but I was down here telling him what I was doing, tarping my garden, and I was telling him I probably need about 5 more rolls of whatever that is, however much. I gotta go measure it, but he told me he had in his storage. See, people get on to Pawpaw about hoarding his stuff, but let me tell you what, it pays. Something about these men keeping all the things. Anyway, he said he got from a construction job a long time ago a lot of thick construction plastic, and it's in a big roll. And he was like, you can have it. And I was like, oh, heck yeah. But he said it's really heavy. So when Buddy gets home this evening from work, I'll have him drive the truck up here. We'll load it, take it down here. Man, I'm hitting the jackpot today. So, saving me some money. Because it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but you get this plan going and you're like, yeah, let's do a garden. And we're like, oh, we gotta rent equipment. Oh, we need a tractor. Oh, we need to do this and that. I mean, we don't have to have plastic. I could just battle grass for the rest of my life, I guess, but I really want to try to smother as much as I can of it. And then do the weed barrier fabric. So, that's our plan. So later today I'll get Buddy to help me. And we'll pick back up on that chore. This is probably a better angle to show you how far that plastic went. It's a pretty good sized roll too. So yeah, this is gonna need quite a bit. Quite a bit of plastic. But I'll just roll it up or fold it up when we get time for planting, store it, and then use it, because it's very heavy duty. It's not like really thin, so we'll just keep reusing it. That'll be the plan. Well, while I'm outside, I just want to poke my head in and see how everyone's doing in here. Greenhouse is looking good. Got my rosemary popping up. Still nothing from the mystery beans or mystery squash. And you never know, they may just not grow. And that's okay. Cucumbers are probably going to need to be repotted here pretty soon. But good. This was my smashed seed tray. I'm gonna water this here in a minute, so don't panic. But some of the stuff is really bouncing back. Some not Some are mixed in together. Just kind of how I dumped them back all together. But yeah, these beefsteak tomatoes, yeah, they're beefsteaks. They, looks like they're gonna be okay. Might be a little bit of a struggle to transplant them, but kind of cool that they survived. Melons are all popping up. Lots of tomatoes. Look at the loofah. And the eggplant. Looking good. Got my basil. And my heather queen mint. Chamomile. Tomatoes are doing good. Next week they can stay out. They can stay outside because they've got some flowers coming and they were going to need pollination. So we'll put the tomatoes outside when the danger of frost is past. I've got my big tomato out here. Ooh, this wind. We'll have to move her inside. Just in this little tiny space I have. But it's 70 degrees in here right now, so it feels good. Probably turn my heater on later whenever the temps start to really drop. But I've got this fan going just to give some air circulation and to blow some of these plants. I definitely need a bigger greenhouse. And, oh, let me show you this book I found that I forgot I had. Hold, please. Okay. So, backstory. I knew I had this book, and I was looking for it because when I was researching what herbs I wanted to grow in my herb garden, I wanted to look in this book to grow some of the herbs that it recommends for some of these like herbal remedies. But while I was looking for this book, I found this other book that I forgot I bought years and years and years and years ago. Guys, is this not a sign? And what's so cool about this is that it lists every single material you're going to need for this project. And it has so many different types of greenhouses too, like even a potting bench. And I don't even know why I bought this book, because I never built a greenhouse. Or maybe I just thought I did want to one day. How perfect is that? Anyway. And what I was telling Buddy is that all we can do is just, what we could do is plug in the list that it already provides you of all the materials into like an online shopping cart for like Lowe's or Home Depot or something, and then just see how much it's going to cost from there. And yeah, we can just build it ourselves. I thought that was pretty cool. So maybe we'll have another project coming soon. And then I found this one too, because I think I got them at the same time. This is when we lived in like a subdivision. Quick crops for small spaces. So I got this book too a long time ago, and I kept them in my my little library bookshelf thing I have. But I was like, yeah. You guys were like, how do you know so much? I read a lot, and I guess I just retained some stuff. But yeah, I just buy a lot of books, and I read, and then I forget that I have the books, and then I go back, and I'm super excited that I actually got these books because they come in handy. So, that will be pretty cool to see about in the future.
So So, my mom's chickens are walking through the garden right now. And I was telling Steph that this might be an issue once we get saplings and plants in the ground. Because we've had our own chickens in our raised bed gardens tear up all of our plants before. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't know what the answer is, but figure something out.
Is it heavy?
No.
We'll see. We'll see how much it covers. Thank you. We got the plastic.
Plastic.
Pop seems to think it'll cover a lot. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yep.
But we did talk to Pops about the chickens, and he had a good idea to get with Kim about maybe clipping one of their wings, because we've done that in the past.
Yeah, we've had to clip all of our chickens' wings when we didn't want them to fly over the fence around the chicken coop.
Yeah.
And you just spread out one side of their wings, and you can see where they're like, what are they called, starter wings and ending wings or whatever. You can see where it changes, and you just clip off the big flying wings, and then
it's like a haircut. It doesn't hurt them at all. You just trim their feathers and they grow back eventually. But maybe if we could get her to clip their wings, they won't fly over.
Pops was saying probably at least long enough until our garden is matured, and then it doesn't matter. Once the plants are a certain size, the chickens can go in there all day long. It's only when they're saplings and there's seeds in the ground, they'll just dig them straight out of the ground. They'll rip the saplings up. So that's kind of what we're worried about. But clipping the wings will probably do what we need it to do.
It's starting to rain a little bit. All right, let's see what this plastic does. Well, got us a little bit more coverage. We just need more plastic now. But that was awesome of Pops to let us have this plastic for sure.